If you've ever had a nutrition client struggling to get results, regardless of what you try or suggest, make sure you're not making this one simple mistake most nutrition coaches are making when working with tough clients. But before we discuss that, let me show you a step-by-step strategy to get results with even the toughest clients, starting with... Okay, so here's tip number one. If you want better results for your nutrition coaching clients, you need to be more prescriptive. When nutrition coaches struggle to get their clients results, it's usually because, number one, they're being too wishy-washy, leaving way too much of the process up to their clients. Remember, clients hire you to be the authority. They want specific direction. They want what to do. Of course, you will teach them things along the way, but they need to be told what to do, and they're actually looking for that. So if you leave way too much of the process up to your clients, they'll struggle to get results. Number two, you could also be giving them way too much to focus on. I see this time and time again with new nutrition coaches. They say, you could be doing this or you could be doing that, or they're leaving, so much of it up for interpretation instead of specifically saying, here's what you're struggling with. This is what you need to focus on this week within my system and go from there. There's two things though, and this doesn't mean that you can't get your clients actually involved in the process. There's two things that I like to do to actually get them involved in action items and being prescriptive. The first one is getting them to agree to them. So, based on what you're describing here, where I see areas for opportunity, this week I want you to focus on, preparing 3 new protein sources or aiming to get 30 grams of protein at every meal. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to do that? So punt it back to them and get them to agree to it. So maybe there's some correspondence going back and forth around how to actually do it. Here's another strategy. Or based on what I'm seeing here, what we just discussed, why don't you come up with one actionable thing to work on that you're going to do this week, and I'll agree to it. We'll make sure that it's reasonable and something that you can do, and we'll work on it that way. You gotta be more prescriptive with your coaching. And when you do that, clients have, they don't bite off more than they can chew. They know exactly what they need to do to get results, and they ultimately get them. Okay, so another really great way to get better results for your nutrition coaching clients is to get them involved in the check-in process. Get them involved in the assessment process to see where there's areas for opportunity, so they just have a better awareness of what's going on and what they need to do. And in my opinion, that's how people learn. Many of you probably don't know this. During my time, as a PhD student, I actually taught 2 full courses. I've been very involved in adult education, a learning standpoint, but also teaching standpoint. And one of the biggest things I took away from university teaching was active learning strategies and getting our students and clients involved in the process. One of the best active learning strategies to get them involved is different comparison techniques. So for a lot of my clients, when things aren't going so well and we have some objective stuff to look at, one of my favorite things to do is to get them to compare 2 days. And that is a perfect active learning strategy. So you're taking a look at stuff and you're doing a voiceover, and you see one day that's really, really good, and you see one day that needs some improvement, and you point that out and you say, hey, I saw last Tuesday you nailed everything, hit your macros, you felt really good, things look good. Whereas Friday, things were out of whack. Either this was super high or this was super low. You had mentioned that you really struggled with your digestion and that type of thing. Tell me what the difference between those 2 days were in terms of food choices and portion sizes, and were you eating out or any of those things. Review those 2 days and take a look at them and tell me what was the difference between those 2 days. And based on that, is there anything, through that process of learning and being more aware of the difference of the 2 days, is there anything that you can incorporate in your day-to-day strategy to set you up for success, just like you did on Tuesday? Using these active learning strategies and getting them your clients involved in the process is one of the best ways to take a step back, allow them to take a look at what they're doing. And it's not that they're coaching themselves, but they're much more active in the process and can come up with some of the best strategies for them to execute. So I love that one. So tip number 3 is going to be all about the incentive. We got to remember we're working with real human beings that have feelings and wants and needs and different motivations. And one of the best ways to keep them engaged and keep them motivated is to think of what's in it for them. So be it they have a vacation coming up, there's something they're really looking forward to. Nutrition coaching, a lot of times specifically when we're working with clients that want to lose fat and drop weight, that is all gonna be about compromise. It's gonna be about what can you do, what are you willing to give up to get a certain result, what do you want to include, and it's all gonna be about trade-offs. So if you do this now and keep everything dialed in, what will you gain in the future? And what will you be like willing to afford in the future because you did all this work, because you did all those things? We talk about like a vacation or something coming up, or maybe a holiday. It's like, hey, I'd rather see you dial everything in now and, you know, make it work so that you can take more time off in the future. So we can be more relaxed. So we don't have to be as dedicated to this if you can do this now. So you got to frame it as like, what is the incentive for them doing that? Obviously, them getting a specific result in most cases is incentive enough, but there's other things that we can do to sweeten the deal. I like to think of there's always a time and a place, and there's going to be a time to be really, really dialed in and perfect with our nutrition, and there's going to be times where things can be more relaxed. As a coach, it's your job to point those things out and use them to your advantage. And when you do, your clients will stay on track, they'll see what's in it for them, and they'll get better results overall. Okay, so tip number 4 is going to be the North Star. I love this concept because people don't want a specific result just because they want it. They don't want to lose 20 pounds just because they want to lose 20 pounds. They want to lose 20 pounds for a reason. And this reason is typically their purpose. This reason is typically their North Star. So what I mean by that is that, you know, people don't want to lose weight and get better shape because that is the thing that's important to them. They want to do that because they want to see their grandkids, you know, grow up. They want to attract a new romantic partner. They want to do those things. We need to remember, maybe they have a specific like deadline or timeline in place for a trip or a social event or something like that. We need to keep those things in mind. We need to keep them in the forefront because they are going to be the guiding light for a lot of people. When things get a little bit hard or tough, this is something that we can bring up because it's not like, hey, I want you to do these things because it's important to me. It's no, you want to do these things because it's what you signed up for to get a specific result that's really important for you in the big picture. I like to call this the North Star, and I like to bring it up often to reframe why someone's doing specific things because it becomes much more meaningful for them and impactful and easier to stick to when they know why they're doing certain things. We like to think about those action items that we talked about in tip number 1 as sort of those short-term things that we, you know, tick off. Maybe they're short-term goals for a week or a month, but these North Star things, these are big picture goals that keep people, you know, going and moving towards the bigger picture, and they can be really, really impactful. So I always like to keep them at the forefront. I like to ask them early on in the process, even before we start working together, what that thing is so that I can bring it up tactically to keep someone focused and engaged in the process. And finally, we have tip number 5, and this is the really, really big one. And this is the one that the majority of nutrition coaches, this is the mistake that they're making, they're not doing often enough, and that is just flat out reassurance. 90% of nutrition coaching is going to be, especially when things are going moderately well, is going to be reassuring people that they're on the right track, is going to be reassuring them that they need to be patient and doing the same things, because when it feels like nothing's happening, that's when a breakthrough is coming, especially if someone's sticking to things and adhering. Your clients are going to want things to happen faster, faster, faster. They're going to want changes. They're going to be looking for changes. And as a coach, that might require you to think that you need to be changing a lot of things up, when in reality, you don't. You just need to stick with the plan and encourage them, remain patient and moving forward. And when you do this, they stick to the things that matter, they stay on the right track, and things ultimately get better for them. And I know this one is super simple, but it's one of the most important things that you can do, is just stay the course, encourage people to stick to the things that they're doing, and things will improve. So it's reassurance, and that's one of the most important things that you need to do, and 90% of coaches just aren't doing that often enough. We need to keep people engaged and on the right track, but we need to reassure them that here's where you were, here's where you're going, here's how I know it's working, and you need to continue to do it. Nutrition coaching is the best job ever. There's nothing more inspiring or impactful than helping a nutrition client completely transform. It reaffirms exactly why I became a nutrition coach, using the science of nutrition to help others become the best version of themselves. But things don't always go to plan, and some clients won't get the results you expect. This is where the power of coaching comes in. And although difficult clients and scenarios can really test you as a nutrition coach, I'm sure these strategies will help you get results even with the toughest clients. But as great as all those tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. Now that you know how to get results for the toughest clients, learn how to streamline your nutrition coaching business. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.